What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to explore the Kuchi tunnels. Now, these were a very intricate system of tunnels that were used by Viet Cong soldiers as hiding spots during combat, as well as serving as communication and supply routes, hospitals, food, and weapon. Now, what was really interesting about these tunnels is that they also contain booby traps, such as bamboo fall pits and tripping wires that sets off grenade. It felt like an episode of Tom and Jerry. But before we get there, we're going to explore a nearby town that was impacted by Agent Orange. So with all that being said, let's go.
So for our first stop, we are in a community that had several negative impacts from Agent Orange. So the chemical got into the soil and as well as into their water system. The locals unknowingly consumed the vegetation as well as the water, and they suffered a lot of health, a lot of health issues. And the generation after had a lot of I can't talk. Hold on a second, let me get out of the way real quick. And the next generation suffered from some birth complications and had defects. But we are here at an area that prides itself on giving jobs to those who had disability. So they paint. So we're gonna go check out this area and see the intricate painting system that goes on. I'm gonna show you all the steps that happens here. So there are various of artwork that goes on, from painting, varnishing, polishing, shining. We can take photos and videos in this area, but once we enter into the showroom where you buy the items, you cannot do so because of copyright purposes. But we're gonna just walk through here real quick. There's so many steps that goes on. So over here is where the artwork is done, all the paint gets done before they become polished as well as washed. So we're gonna just go through them. They paint on shells, they paint on eggs, but they use duck eggs because it's harder than chicken eggs. Over here are certain processes that goes between sanding and washing the artwork. We have some more artists working over here. And then we're gonna show you all one of the finished products. Well, so over here we have some of the finished products. Check it out. And it's smooth, the texture is so smooth to touch. So it starts off a bit rough, but then once it's done, it's extremely smooth. So like I said, this community prides themselves on giving those who cannot work a job, so it's quite sad. Let me go this way. I already went through here, but I don't like to record people are talking, so I wanted to go through here one more time to show you what it looks like. Let me get around here. But I think a tour guide said this area is one of the most, I think Agent Orange had effects in parts of Vietnam, but I think this side may be more prominent. I could be wrong, but also might play more of a role because, I guess more of a role as in to understand the history, because we're gonna go to the Kuchi tunnels today, which also served its own purposes during the Vietnam War. Okay, so we are here at the tunnel, and I was hoping this would not be the situation, but unfortunately it's quite packed. It's a lot of buses, and our tour guide mentioned that because it is high season, so we're gonna go through it pretty fast. That's what I inferred from his communication, because he was saying that he'll do his best to go through it slow, but I think that it will not be as intimate as I was hoping it will be, or take our time. So hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully we don't go through it too fast. I want to actually, enjoy the area. So fingers crossed that it's not too fast. It's nice, like a quick little walk through, like, all right, let's go. So we'll see. Hope he's waving us down. Yeah, let's go. Fingers crossed. So many smokers. Man. Look, I'm gonna cough my lung out. Alright, so here is the plan of visiting points. I'm not sure what any of this stuff means, but I'm not sure you can see it, but whatever. We're gonna go through. We're gonna grab our tickets from our tour guide. Keep it rolling. Alright, so we are going to make our way through the area to check it out. I'm not exactly sure what we will see, but I will do my best to keep this going and keep it exciting, which I always do, I think. I think I do. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. But that's the entrance to visit. So it's quite small. Behold. Yeah, and just as I thought, honestly, it's so. Hold on. It's pretty crowded. There's a lot of people here. So, yeah, should be interesting. We'll see. So it's a pretty cool tactic. Check it out. So they built a hole and they put their feet or their foot in there for a good stop. And then the enemy couldn't see them because this was covering them. So they'll either shoot and then go hide, shoot and go hide, shoot, go hide. That's pretty cool. And they use AK-47s as your main weapon. I think it's a very common, I think AK-47s are one of the most commonly used used weapons. And you know, in any uprising or any coup d'etat or any civil conflict, they're always arming AK-47s. Maybe because it's so inexpensive to manufacture or inexpensive to buy. That's my best guess. But here's another booby trap. Check it out.
13 kilometer long, up that way, get up to Viet. American bait, you remember?
That's another booby trap area.
85%.
So there's so many booby traps and little nooks and crannies.
80 kilometers.
I think we're missing a lot because no matter where you go, there are tour guides explaining something else. So it's a pretty cool tactic. Check it out. So they built a hole and they put their feet or their foot in there for a good stop. And then the enemy couldn't see them because this was covering them. So they'll either shoot and then go hide, shoot and go hide, shoot, go hide. That's pretty cool. And they use AK-47s as your main weapon. I think it's a very common, I think AK-47s are one of the most commonly used used weapons. And you know, in any uprising or any coup d'etat or any civil conflict, they're always arming AK-47s. Maybe because it's so inexpensive to manufacture or inexpensive to buy. That's my best guess. But here's another booby trap.
This way, 13
Check it out.
13 kilometer long, up that way, get up to Viet. American bait, you remember?
That's another booby trap area.
85%.
So there's so many booby traps and little nooks and crannies.
80 kilometers.
I think we're missing a lot because no matter where you go, there are tour guides explaining something else. So the Vietnamese soldiers made the most intricate, fascinating design for wells to hide from bombs being dropped, as well as to create communication systems I mentioned earlier. So they realized that the wells and the tunnels were able to use that to hide away from Americans and being attacked. So what they did was they created a whole system, right? They connected the wells together, and then the wells had like 4 different floors. A floor for a kitchen, different bunkers. Bunkers for kitchen, bunkers for weapons, bunkers for storing things, and just, so they were underground, right? So they would swim, they would swim in the Saigon River, and then it will enter the wells and will maneuver around underground like ants, pretty much, just causing havoc. That's crazy. So that's wild. And these tunnels, like I said, these tunnels and wells have 4 different levels. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. That's really smart. So check this out. So the different color represents, that's the VC on the armies, and then the blue is the local. So they didn't have enough items during the war, enough cotton to make clothes. They used to utilize American parachutes to make their clothes, as well as the hammocks. They also use rubbers from wheels, such as the vehicles that the American military equipment had, to utilize that to make the sandals. So they use everything. You know, also the parachute was used to transport water. So they utilized everything that American had help them out with their equipment and with their uniform and overall attire. It's quite creative. So you can tell, right, how efficient, you know, the Viet Cong members were compared to America and the South, who, you know, relied on conventional means. Like the Viet Cong members just utilized quick wits, smart thinking, and minimal resources to help create Vietnam independence. All right, let's listen to us. We're good. So here is one of the holes that were built. So you're probably wondering, how did they get oxygen in there? How do they breathe? So they were able to make little holes to put bamboo sticks in there for oxygen to be able to flow in and out. And Americans realized that, so what they did, they they sent poisonous gas as well as other chemicals to infiltrate. But the Vietnamese, the Viet Cong members, were smart, already thought ahead. So they built more intricate levels and deeper levels above what they already had in the tunnels. And then what they did was to put about a meter of water. So the tunnels kind of came in like this, like a V. And when the chemicals would go underground, they wouldn't make it go past the water. So they were able to crawl through and escape without being harmed by the chemicals. And so this is incredible, right? And what they did was that they were also playing a lot of psychological war games. So they would invite Americans into the tunnel, and they'll make the tunnel, bigger so the Americans go through. But then about 100 meters down the line, they will make it tighter, and they also have booby traps in the tunnel. So like they weren't trying to, cause any harm. They wanted them to escape to be able to go back and tell what they saw. Yes. So another thing that they did was they made tunnels underground, right? And they would sneak in to steal Americans' soap and body wash, because America had service dogs that would sniff around where the underground to try to locate the Viet Cong members. But what they did was that they took their soap and all their body wash stuff and used it so the scent were familiar to the dogs, and the dog would not be alarmed when they smelled the members underground. That is that's crazy. So here are some more traps. So we have folding chair trap. Like this feels like something from like Tom and Jerry or from Looney Tunes. We have some more traps over here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Window traps. Rolling trap going on. Oh my goodness.
Yes, with the window trap.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
So many traps. This, honestly, I'm telling you, it's like some Looney Tunes stuff. Like, oh man.
The local people will
Okay.
look for ticket going to the hole. At this moment you see route like going
Oh, so we have more over here, as you can see.
It's very terrible day for somebody unlucky to step on this. What happened? For example, if somebody like you see, for ticket will start into the patient leg, and you have only way to move out.
all
You
these
and your
traps.
friend
So
to
look
come
at
here
that.
to remove the ticket. Then you can go out. That's why Vietnamese souvenir. Wanna go back home? Don't forget.
So they were able to utilize booby traps that can only be helped by other members. So it was like a 2-for-1 deal. Someone's feet will get caught. Their member or team try to help them out, then boom, they were done. So 2-for-1, which is more booby trap.
Heading to
here's
this one,
some
I can call it
examples.
is the most dangerous drop so far. Rolling drop. We have a carbon roller here, and they will swing like this when somebody fall in the middle of the drop. Just seconds, we will have a barbecue. Because of its appearance, it looks like a window. We call it the window trap. How does it work? See. Hey, come here. Don't stand there. This one very impressive there.
Folding chair trap.
Folding chair is the name of this trap, and I guess nobody here wanna sit on this chair, right? How does it work? See, huh? Get your patient belly, sabotage in here. And if they place on the road, let's see.
That's crazy.
This one we set them in the river or canal to get some US special troops who landed on this. They never knew where it was. And when someone get stuck with this by this way, We have 100 kilogram of fish there, American fish drop. Seesaw drop, come here please, don't stand there. There are two sides, and when somebody falls at one aboard, another one kick to them and keeps swinging like this.
So that's the seesaw
In real
trap.
life, they would think the depth of the hole could be 1.7 to 1.8 meter deep. How you guys think about this number? Why this number? 1.7 to 1.8 meter deep here. Is that same as the lab American, right? That's right. Somebody falling here, drops all the way kick to the basin, neck, head. Very good design. Hey, check it. It's not good design.
It's very smart
Over
though.
here, over here.
So the holes were 1.7 to 1.8 meters. That's
You
where
know,
the
in
average
the
height
past
for
when the
souls
American
were.
soldier
The
or the
head would be
thousand soldier
done.
visited to the farmer houses here, they did not know the way to knock the door. Or say hello, something like this. They always short it out or get it out. Here, we decorated this one behind every door. When someone open it, go to themselves. As very natural reaction, the US soldier always took themselves and sitting gun. And you know, when something moving to you and you're having another one, you often show it out to stop it, move, right? They did the same way. But when they stop it here, they forgot a detail. The bottom side still walking. Not protected here. And sometimes the victim have to say goodbye with their honeymoon then.
So that's a door trap right there. So you can see the lower part moves up and down. Sorry about that. And then this moves up and down, so the private parts will be finito. Goodbye honeymoon. So everything was just like I'm just so fascinated as to how with minimal resources they were still able to do so much damage. And like I think I mentioned this earlier, but it goes back to the China influence they had, with the guerrilla warfare, and also adding their own little flair and twist to it to be able to gain their independence. So over here we have the military workshop. I'm gonna go down here and check it out. As I mentioned earlier, this is the military workshop. So because they're wearing blue, I can tell that these members were locals and not military. So this is a private weapon factory of Kochi district. It was in 1962. There's a photo right here, a live photo.
Welcome you to the first bunker today, military workshop. Same as cotton.
So military workshop where they made weapons.
To make other things for fighting. Like stick up
As I mentioned earlier, they're wearing blue, so these are all locals.
Let my cover, something like this. That's why we collected them from bomb shell within the war. Anything by metal. We brought those here, made them up, and recycle things them. Look at our government. You know they will do.
So as I mentioned earlier, they were very resourceful. They gathered all metals and all parts to bring here to make weapons. Also took bombs to get the gunpowder from the bomb as well.
We got a boat gunpowder right here.
So here's an example of constructing bamboo traps to protect villages and hamlets. So we have some Viet Cong soldiers, soldiers as well as locals building the bamboo traps. So as I mentioned earlier, they gathered all metals, all scraps, right, to turn America's equipment, outfits, everything to turn it into weapons or anything to help them, fortify their military strength. And it's quite impressive, honestly, quite impressive. So there's a set of tunnel digging going on. Oh, we have our own over here, never mind.
Hey, what we are having here, dry well, a hole. It's the first step of the tunnel building this. At first we creating 3 holes like this one, another one there, and the last one over here. But in real life, the distance among them 50 to 100 meters, not close to like this. After that, we connected them at the bottom together.
Okay, so these were, so here's one right there, and these 3 were all connected. So 45 people are used to build these tunnels.
And what happened to the soil? You have to remember.
So just in this area alone, America dropped about 500 tons bombs in this area alone. So that makes sense to why they were quite efficient with building the tunnels to ensure safety and ensure that people was good. So that's a lot in this general area, and this is quite a small area. So to have 500 tons bombs drop this, it's a lot. It's quite a lot. So we're gonna go back to the same route we came from. We're gonna go stop by the parts that we skipped due to the amount of travelers that were in those areas. So we'll go this way. Some military uniform, garment, and bunker. Oh, some military uniform. Oh, it's on me. Some military uniform, garment, and bunker. This is where it was built at. Uniform were created here. So tailored down there. So this was in general, this was a military site. A lot of military activities going on. So we have, this was the original, and this is the current one. So this one, they used to wear it upside down to change the direction that they were going to offset the enemy, which is the Americans' retract. It was made from little materials, just a tire. That's really cool.
You guys can get
That's insane. So they would alter how they wore the shoes. So normally, the toes would point this way, but they'll switch them, and Americans will think that they went that way. But then after a few meters or maybe a few kilometers, they will change it to switch the shoes around to wear a different way. And that way they would throw the tracks off to... That's so smart. Oh my goodness, that's really, really smart. So like I said, we're learning more about how and why they were so elusive, how they were able to do so much, inflict so much damage, while not being, having more resources compared to America.
Yeah, listen to me.
We're not going to make our way into the tunnel. So there are 3 portions. One, we have to squat down and walk for a few hundred meters, where we're going to be doing regular stand up. So we're going to be various positions. We're going to be crawling, we're going to be standing up, and we're going to be squatting while walking. So let's go. Here's the entrance. We're going to try to go all the way. So apparently the tour guide will ask you, do you want to stop here or do you want to keep it going? But we're going to keep it going. He says see you in Cambodia. So, but we're going to make it all the way. We're going to keep on going. Why not? So we'll see how far we can get. Luckily I didn't do legs yesterday. I did a push day, so my legs are still pretty fresh. So we're gonna rock and roll with this one. So we're gonna be going through the same tunnel that the Viet Cong members did. So it's called the Fighting Bunker. All right, let's go. So before that, you have to make sure that you have no asthma, that you have no you don't have any health issues that can flare up or help you or make you feel uncomfortable. So we got fair warning before doing this, but we're going all the way. We're gonna crawl, we're gonna squat, we're gonna bend over, we're gonna do it all. Here we go. I told our tour guide I'll see you later, hopefully. Oh my goodness. Here we are. Quite easy for now. Quite easy. We have more to go. Alright. Okay. Where do we go? Do we go straight or up? Here we go. This way. I'm on my back.
So you're doing something?
You have your flash on?
Det er hurtigt ben. Er det 20 eller 40? Ja, så er der flag her.
Nope, there's a stop over here somewhere.
Ja.
Is this 40? I think.
Ja,
I might try to go the way. Yeah, why not?
Is this already 40?
Yeah, why not?
ah, okay.
Come on, let's go.
And I have to go.
Let's push this together. Be careful, it's a big step right here. We have to get down low and then. Here we go.
It was like a sprint the first 40 meters.
Yeah, right? All right. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all good back there? All right. Let's go. Woo. There's another exit right here.
Oh.
So I don't know what. Is that it?
Go straight ahead.
What?
Straight ahead.
Oh, okay. There's more, Ed. Oh, this is quite tight.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, my back.
Ah, this is
Oh.
yeah.
Is that it? Oh, there's. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, it's tight. Whew. All right. It's a little step up right here. Okay, so we're almost done, I think. Hello.
Dat is als een Amerikaan was.
All right.
Ja, 20 doen hoor.
Hoeveel is dit? Dit is prima.
Hello.
Dat is de grote opstap.
Over here? Oh, and that's it?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay. We made it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it, guys. Oh shit. On the right? We made it. 60 meters later.
Okay, now what the step on what camera shot?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. Let me take one photo before I. Whew.
great.
That wasn't too bad, man.
Oh. I would have expected to be tight in the end.
Yeah, same here. Let me take a photo of this. Oh, not of you, my bad. So we made it 60 meters later. All right, let's go. Good job, boys. Good job.
Congrats, you did 20.
All right, now we gotta go up these steps. It's quite steep, but
What's
it's
your
okay.
step by step?
All right, we made it. We are done. Whew, that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Defeating the Americans, right? You know? For communism, right? We are now at the medical center, the medical bunker, I should say. We have a cot here, we have a bed here, medical purpose, and I feel like all this items definitely came from America's equipment and asset that fell or that they took from the personnel. So we're in the tunnel. This one is quite lovelier.
There's a bit of weight doing this, Randy. Should have had my head GoPro.
Yeah. It's hot in here. I'm sweating so much.
Oh, bloody camera.
These guys are crawling. I'm gonna wait for them to go ahead a bit so I'm not just showing their booty.
What do you do? Turn left or right?
Go up.
Which way you go? Are we near it?
You know, I actually think this is kind of fun. Oh, that's it. We're done.
That was good.
Oh, I'm glistening right now. That was hot. War's over. We won the war. We're gonna have a feast. I think some snacks. I think it's we're rewriting history over here, folks.
Stayed in the tunnels.
Oh no, I wasn't. There's a guy who was crawling on all fours to get out of the way. Says the guy on all fours. I wasn't scared. Don't listen to him. He's lying. Let's see. What is this again?
What do we do?
Durian.
Oh, durian.
Durian. Oh,
Tapioca, I'm kidding. Tapioca.
And these are grapes.
oh, you liar.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I'll get another bit then.
Okay,
I've only
well,
got
let's see
find
what-
this bit. Oh, that's nice.
It tastes like potato. Was it?
Oh, it tastes like cassava. No, that's not mine.
Like it?
I mean,
To have it?
yeah, sure. I didn't bring mine with me, but I'll take another one. It's a magnet, so you can stick it onto certain devices, and it can record you while you're doing whatever. Yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah, sure. Not mine, but why not? I have two now. Thank you.
Okay, so my
It's
friends,
like cassava. It's pretty
before
good.
going to the next.
Yeah.
The war is not over yet, folks. It's a booby trap. The war is not over yet. What is going on? Why is this smoking? It's interesting. Well, let's keep it moving. Oh, it was so hot in the tunnel. Like, look at this. I'm drenched. That was kind of fun, though, honestly. I'll do it again. I can do it again.